Today, we're talking about food scales, specifically one of my faves, the Escali Primo P115C food scale. It comes on the lower end cost-wise of what you can get a digital scale for. I think I bought my original one about 13 years ago. It's this guy here, beautiful and purple, lovely, right? For about $30, but I bought that at a brick and mortar store in New York City. So you can actually get these online now for anywhere between 20 and 30 bucks, and sometimes you can find a nice sale on them on Amazon. Right? They come in a ton of fun colors, which is always nice if you're either in a restaurant environment or if you're at home, because a lot of times if you're using it a lot, you're going to leave it out. So something that's aesthetically pleasing and goes with the environment is always nice, right? So I have this guy, I've had it for 13 years. I've been using it for my business, so it's had some really heavy use. It actually still works. The display is still nice, it's still really clear. My main problem is now the leads are a little worn down under the on-off tear button. So sometimes it's a little funny and it takes a few presses to get it to turn off. So it just was time for a replacement, so we ordered this one over here, right? And I just figured might as well go with the thing that works, that's lovely, that's easy to clean, right? Those beautiful colors it comes in, it's because it's all plastic on the outside, so it's really easy to wipe down. And I was happy when I was doing a little research for this video to discover that the New York Times also agrees with me. Its Wirecutter section has it as the top rated kitchen food scale again for 2020. So we're not the only ones that love it, right? So as far as the features go, besides the fun colors you can get it in, I got my new one in a nice light pink. It's easy to clean. It takes AA batteries. This one actually came with the batteries, so that's lovely. And I think over the course of having this purple one, I've maybe only replaced the batteries 3 or 4 times. So that's like once every 2-3 years. And that's with really heavy use. And that's because this scale has a really lovely auto off feature. And so a lot of them, they'll shut off really quickly. So you find you're still weighing stuff. And because you took too long to locate an ingredient, the scale has shut off on you. Which is annoying. This one actually has about a 4-minute timer on it. So a lot of people like it just because it gives you time to, go through things, double check your amounts. You're not feeling rushed, you're not feeling hurried, and it's not constantly turning off on you. But if you're in the middle of doing other things and you stop using it, it will turn off by itself. So it really extends the battery life for the scale, and you don't have to replace them that often. As far as the dimensions and the specs go, it has a nice 6-inch platform on the top. So it's great for weighing ingredients, small bowls, large, whatever works for you. And it has a good capacity. So it's can handle up to 11 pounds or 5 kilograms. And it weighs in increments of 1 gram or 0.05 ounces. So it's nice and sensitive as well, which is why a lot of people like it. And it's easy to use. It's basically got 2 buttons. So we're gonna switch to the overhead. Awesome. And we're gonna give it a use, right? So you wanna make sure it's on a flat surface. You wanna hit the on-off button, and it's already on 0, and it's in grams right now. So if you wanna change the way you're weighing, if you wanna say weigh in ounces, right? This one is pounds and ounces. There's also just ounces and grams, right? And you just want to put your bowl or whatever you're going to measure in on top. Hit the on-off button again because it's also tare, right? And you'll see it takes it to 0 and you're ready to weigh. So I just have some almonds here. So whether you're weighing them for cookies or just because you need a snack and you're doing some portion control, it's easy to go ahead and measure it out, right? Then you can take it off, way more stuff. Occasionally, the one thing I see people have issues with, if you're using this for portion control and say you want to put a big plate on it and weigh multiple things, that's probably not going to work. Because as you can see, when you get a large object and you place it on the scale, you're most likely going to block the display screen, right? So if you're using it for that kind of portion control, just keep in mind that you're gonna have to weigh things out in smaller containers and then place them on your plate for dinner or lunch, whatever. If you're using this for a business, like say for baking, we also use this to weigh our packages. And when we're doing that, You just pack the entire box because it'll most likely be bigger than whatever you're doing, right? And make sure my scale is zeroed, and then you can place that larger object on top. And even though it's blocked, if you hit the tare button again, then when you move it, the negative weight you get is going to be the weight of your larger object. So this, in this case, is 1 pound and 0.09 ounces. So if I were going to weigh a package, it would just be a 2-pound package. Right, so there's lots of uses for this little guy. We will probably have this one for at least another decade, and it's a nice backup. And honestly, right now we have two because they both still work.